after the game, Tariq Woolen, another guy in the Seahawks secondary, said it felt like we were playing Madden out there. And like, if you play Madden with that defense, that's, you know, all the tricks of the trade on that controller. Exactly. Seahawks dominant on the road last night, Jason. I assume you're going to take us on the defensive side of the ball first.
Oh, Devin Witherspoon. Oh. My goodness. When he was coming out of Illinois, you're watching him. I was like, this guy, he's on the ooh-wee watch list because as soon as he gets in the NFL, he's going to be making plays. And Monday Night Football, ESPN, everybody's watching prime time. Why not come out of the show and show everybody why you were drafted 5th overall, why you were the first cornerback off the board? And he did. The pick six was beautiful. Reading his eyes, makes a play. Daniel Jones, bad throw, throws it right to him. You take it back 97 yards. It was all the other plays. Troy Aikman couldn't stop raving about him after he made play after play, whether it was a big hit on Brightwell coming through the line of scrimmage, whether it was pressure on Daniel Jones coming away with sacks. This is a guy who's played mostly on the outside, and just this week, last night, they moved him to the inside. They've had injuries. They had Michael Jackson on the outside, Woolen on the other side. It's just like, we may have to keep this guy on the inside, and it fits him because of his skill set. He's a guy who can cover, but he's so physical. He wants to be involved in the run game. He wants to be able to go after the quarterback. He has so many different tools that he can use on the football field. And last night, we got to see him all in one total night, chasing down Daniel Jones, making plays. And then even to be a young rookie after the game to talk about Daniel Jones and be like, hey, we knew film study going in. He was going to stare down his target. Giants fans, that sucks. I don't want a rookie cornerback talking about my quarterback, talking about how easy he is to read, going into the game feeling confident. Devin Witherspoon, when you say those things after you have a performance like that, nobody can argue.
That's what, his third game, fourth game? He was hurt all summer.
All training camp.
Didn't see him, and then he comes out there, he's already talking about film study. And
Here's the deal with Daniel Jones. He does this.
That's not
we
good.
know that, right? You already know
Read
that.
him like a book.
That's not good. Last night was a complete annihilation. The Giants fans this morning, I understand you stayed up late watching the Jets, and there was a little glimmer of hope from the Jets at the end there. The Giants thing is a totally different story. This is as bad as it can be. This is the nadir for the season, you'd hope, except they play the Dolphins and the Bills the next 2 weeks. So this doesn't get any better for the Giants. If you look at it this way, they had an 11-day break because they played on a Thursday night and a Monday night. That's as long as a stretch as you possibly can have. Travel across the country. They had one team to game plan for, the Seahawks. They can watch them for 11 days. Some teams have 4 days to prepare for a game. They lost 24-3, no touchdowns. They've been outscored 64-3 at home. They lost to the Cowboys 40-0 first week. That was with a lot of that being, you know, Geno Smith out of the game for some of it. The Seahawks offense not exactly clicking at all cylinders. And it's one of these deals with Daniel Jones where the head coach is throwing a tablet at his feet and he doesn't even look like he can't. Hey, there's no reaction. There's no anything. There's no pulse.
Yeah.
You almost... This is very reactionary New York. You almost, just give me something, Daniel. Act as if you at least are upset. Act as if you're at least feeling it like the fans are.
Like if he got up and said, don't throw that thing at me.
Throw the tablet back.
Be separated.
Or light up a receiver.
Nose to nose.
Or talk to the offensive line. Put them together. Something. Just a little energy. A little something. I shouldn't be more upset than Daniel Jones. I'm not even a Giants fan, in quotes. I'm just watching this because I've been watching the Giants for the last couple years, and you thought last year that they turned the page, and it's back to Daniel Jones, Joe Judge era. It's back to Daniel Jones, McAdoo era. It's back to all that. It's back 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. Look at this right here. He gets a tablet thrown at his feet. He doesn't even react. It's just like, yeah, all right. I don't know what to say if you're a Giants fan this morning. It's only going to get worse. You have to go to Miami, and then you're hosting the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football with all the country watching. Daniel Jones doesn't win in primetime. He's done it one time. It's not even worth noting. They're 1-11 in primetime. It's just, this is bad, and it's at this point where you just paid him. So there's still a whole season left to go. What do you do? He's, I think, $35 million against the cap, and then like $45 million against the cap next year. I don't know the numbers exactly.
46.
It's a lot.
46, but like they're... Yeah, you could say, well, we can get out of it next year. No, you still have a full season this year and a full season next year. And I know Saquon's hurt, and I know Andrew Thomas is hurt, but there's a lot of injuries around the league. I just feel bad for Giants fans this morning. You deserve better than that.
Isn't it supposed to be, though, the Daniel Jones calm and the poise,
right.
and he doesn't act erratically?
Maybe
that's what we were told.
That's what you paid him for.
What do you mean? He's locked in. He's a hard worker.
I just think in the huddle, honestly, I know you're being sarcastic, but like in the huddle, and Jason, I'll ask you, when things are melting down, like who's the voice in that Giants huddle being like, all right, everybody get together, like I don't think it's Daniel Jones.
No, and it doesn't
don't know.
have to be.
Shouldn't it be?
To a certain extent, yes, but to the other level, you got to be who you are. And if that's not who he is, it has to be somebody else. It can be an offensive lineman who's up there going off when you give up 11 sacks in a game, but it has to be someone. It can't be Brian Dable because he can't go out there and play.
Well, if it's not him, it should be obvious who it is,
Yeah.
and we don't know who the answer is. That's the fact that we're talking about that it's 10 minutes in after a Monday Night Football game. The fact that we don't know the answer to that in the offensive huddle for the Giants is bad.
Seahawks, great night.
Yeah.
Great night. Let me just take 12 seconds.
Yes.
12. You sacked this dude 11 times, this team. 11. We just saw Khalil Mack have 6 sacks, and now the Seahawks are like, oh, what do you can do better than that as a team? They had multiple guys with multiple sacks. They dominated this game. I just want to say, Seattle, you were unbelievable. Now, as for Daniel Jones, Peter, what'd you say? They had an 11-day break?
Yeah, 11-day break.
So that's 1 day for every sack they gave up. That's 1 day for every primetime loss.
Oh.
You know what? When you read about the Giants right now, there's that sentence that comes along a lot. It's in the Super Bowl era. You don't really want to be seeing that. 77-9, they've been outscored in the first half. They have not scored a first half touchdown this year. And the only points they have, they're not just field goals, they're like long-ass field goals. They're like 58-yarder. We weren't even close. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, 31-yard. No. It's like they weren't even close. Remind me, Peter, you know about the contractual stuff much better than me. With the Daniel Jones contract, what's the return policy on that? Is it 30 days? Can you get a credit? Is there anything? If you save your receipt?
All of this is fair, dude.
You
All
can
of this is fair.
exchange for another one?
I'm the idiot who put up a whiteboard and they asked, who's a dark horse Super Bowl contender? Yeah. And I put up the New York Giants logo and very confidently looked at the camera and I'm just saying, no, it's not happening.
64-3 at home.
64-3 at home.
You know what the problem with that is? That's the Giants fans who are like, let's go to the game. Let's bring our son and our daughter and let's drive there and fight traffic and let's buy the merchandise. They got school tomorrow, but let's just keep them up.
Right.
And they go there and they just get crushed. You can't get crushed that bad at home. It bothers the fans.
Watch 48-plus yard field goals. That's what, let's go and watch a kicking expedition.
Yeah.
I noticed the body language, too, on Daniel Jones during the highlight. And it wasn't because after the game, Brian Dable was asked about that whiteboard or the tablet interaction.
Yeah.
And he said, I went over to him to see what he thought and tell him what I saw. Him answering that question, and that was longer than I feel like the time that Dable actually spent there with the Surface. I felt like it was an alarmingly quick interaction. Either he was waiting for Daniel Jones to look up at him because there was no eye contact. If we can see the clip again, I don't think Daniel Jones looked up at his head coach when he came over to address him. He said, "Here he comes." He drops his head, and the next thing he does is Dable just.
Oh, that's.
I don't even see words. That's 3.5 seconds. It's an alarmingly quick interaction between a head coach and a quarterback. Either nothing was said, which is inadequate, or something was said, which was not acceptable. And it allowed your head coach, who won Coach of the Year last year, to have that interaction with your quarterback. So I don't know who that's an indictment on, but the fact that after the game, Dable tried to protect Daniel Jones, said, I'm not going to get into it, but that's what I was trying to do with him. But the body language, I just feel like Daniel Jones, Peter, to your point, it's the same facial expression, no matter what.
24 hours apart. The Jets lose. Zach Wilson, who was the punching bag of the week. Mahomes is grabbing him, man, you got it.
You got the talent, baby.
You got the talent. You can do this. And everyone, okay. And Zach Wilson sits at the podium, and he's like, it's on me. I fumbled. Daniel Jones is... And in this city, that stuff matters. I know maybe in a draft room when you're looking at it and it's analytics guys and it's when New York City is different. Just show a little emotion. Just a little bit.